Hi, welcome back. I've got a drugstore video for you today. There's a few things that are new-ish out at the drugstore that I've been getting asked to test out. The first being some of the new e.l.f. No Budge shadow sticks. Now, I've used the old formula in the past, wasn't super crazy about them. I don't really know if the formula has changed, but I know that they did come out with newer shades. So I have 3 to kind of swatch and test for you today. Another product is, this isn't new, but I've been getting asked to try this for a very long time, and it's the Jcat Aquasurance powder foundation. Now, I have felt of this in the compact and it feels very buttery smooth, which is what I really like in a pressed powder foundation. That's why I wasn't super crazy about the Fenty one. It was very tightly packed. It was hard to get pigment payoff. But I have seen pretty decent reviews on this product. So we're gonna give that a little test. e.l.f. had these Hydrating Core Lip Shines, which seemed right up my alley. And then one of the new Milani cream blushes. These are the compact ones. I've already talked about the liquid ones that come in the little tube, and these are fairly new to my knowledge as well. So I basically just have a charcuterie board full of assorted new drugstore products. So let's try them. So I've just prepped my skin with a little bit of Cetaphil just to have a nice smooth canvas. I think I am going to use a little bit of cream concealer underneath this powder foundation. I don't know why, I'm just feeling it. I'm feeling a little bit of extra coverage on the under eye area. So I'm gonna use Maybelline's Fit Me. I'm just gonna do a few little dots and then maybe down the bridge of the nose. Okay, so the real question on this powder foundation is, do I use the sponge or my trusty Bare Minerals powder foundation brush? And I think I'm gonna give both a try. So I'm gonna do the little sponge on one side and the brush on the other, and we'll see which one I like best. The shade I got in this powder, I think it was the second lightest, number 101 Ivory. Color selection on this powder foundation did not look great. This looks like it'll be a pretty good match for me though, but there were only like 8 to 10 shades, I want to say. All right, so immediately you can see that a lot of product is coming off here, which I don't know, it's not necessarily a bad thing. This color is actually like spot on for my skin tone. I'd say pretty comparable to like a Bare Minerals Fairly Light. Probably about an NC20 to NC25 if you are a Studio Fix powder person from MAC. So pretty full coverage with the sponge. I actually have no complaints on how this is looking right now. It applies super smoothly, looks really smooth. Yeah, but you definitely can get coverage with this. I mean, I could keep layering, but I think I'm gonna stop here. This is a good medium coverage for me. So now I'm gonna try the other side with my Bare Minerals Beautiful Finish brush. So I definitely think I prefer the brush side better. It's a little bit more natural. When I look close up on my skin, the sponge side is a little bit more packed. So that was very fast. I'm actually very impressed with this powder. Very comparable to MAC Studio Finish. It's a little bit more loosely packed. So I found when using the brush, I got a little bit more fallout, like with product. You could see, you know, like product particles on the top of the powder because it's not as densely packed. But honestly, I prefer that in a powder foundation because I think it just goes on a lot smoother. I'm interested to see if this turns a little bit more creamy as I wear it throughout the day. But we'll report back on that. I'm going to use my Flower Beauty Heatwave bronzer. I haven't used this one in a minute and I really like it. It's in the shade Sunrise L1. I love this bronzer. Not too cool, not too warm. If you have fair to light skin, it's a winner. So I went out on a limb and I got the darkest shade, I think it's the darkest shade, in the cream blush from Milani. It's called Merlot Moment. Trust me, I was very tempted to get the nude shade, which we all know would have been right up my alley, but this looked like a really nice soft berry tone. Obviously, I'm not going to go overboard with it, so we're going to apply it super sheer to the cheeks. Let's see if we can bring some life back into the cheeks. It seems pretty pigmented. I'm barely picking up any product. This is the Persona like dual-ended brush. Let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah, she's definitely got some pigment. I really like the formula of this. It's not a greasy formula. It's not oily. It layers beautifully on top of this powder. Doesn't seem to be disturbing anything. Yes, this is what I like to see in a cream blush. So I am going to take a little bit of my Aquasurance powder and just clean up under the eyes. Sometimes I like to do this if I'm using a brighter blush to make sure we have like a little seamless transition in this area between blush and under eye. And I have to say, I'm very much enjoying this powder. Like, look at that. We'll just sweep through, clean up that jawline a little bit. So I have some of this e.l.f. jelly highlighter. This is very intense. It is a very high shine, so you have to be careful with it. But since I'm using so many powders, I feel like it's okay. We'll counterbalance. And then I'm also gonna spritz with a little bit of this Flower Beauty Citadel Luminizing Setting Spray. Okay, not to brag, but I do feel like my face looks pretty high-end as far as the finish goes right now. Okay, like I said, I have 3 of the new e.l.f. No Budge shadow sticks, and my camera lens is not focusing great. Something's wrong with it. I've been working for days to try to figure out what the deal is, but I can't figure it out. So if this is not focusing right now, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think this is the best it's gonna get. So the top shade is Champagne Crystal. The second shade that's kind of like that lavender gray is Magnetic Pool. And then the bottom shade is Copper Chic. So I think I'm gonna work with Magnetic Pool and Champagne Crystal today and just see how it goes. Like I said, I'm having the hardest time with my camera focusing. So I'm gonna start out with Magnetic Pool all over the lid, I think. Okay, I had to pull myself away from the lens because my pregnant ass couldn't get any closer and nothing was focusing. So I really like this magnetic pull shade. It's a lot, I don't know, it's more transforming than what I thought it would be. So I just used magnetic pull all over, and then I've used that crystal color on the inner corner of my eye. And now I'm just gonna tightline a little bit. This isn't Drugstore, but I didn't really have like a gray brown Drugstore liner. It's Demolition from Urban Decay, but I'm just gonna tightline with it and then apply some mascara. So to finish off, I'm going to use that Hydrating Core Lip Shine from e.l.f. and mine's in the shade Happy. And to line my lips, I just have my NYX lip pencil in the shade Nude Beige. Okay, we are done. And I have to say, number one, all this new drugstore stuff, no complaints with any of it. I really feel like my skin looks very high end right now. I have a nice like light sheen going on from the cream blush. And then this little guy right here, this e.l.f. moisturizing, or what is it called? Hydrating Core Lip Shine. Ooh, it's right up my alley. It's like a mixture between a lipstick and a lip balm, and I'm definitely here for that. The e.l.f. No Budge shadow sticks, I'm not gonna lie, I was going into those thinking like, these shades are kind of boring, but this magnetic pull color has really surprised me. I think it's a unique shade. It's got this lavender shift to it, and the crystal color would definitely be a nice little dupe for Laura Mercier's Sugar Frost. It's just a nice crystal like champagne color. Cream blush from Milani, layered lovely on top of the powder foundation. And speaking of the powder foundation, I think it's gonna be on my radar for a dupe for MAC Studio Fix. Still gotta keep trying it out. I will report back in the comments on longevity for both the e.l.f. shadow stick and the powder foundation, but overall, very impressed with today's drugstore products. Let me know if you've tried any of these down below in the comments. I always like to know your feedback to see how these products are performing on different skin types. And I hope you enjoyed the drugstore look, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.